Welcome back! It's nice to see you again. You know, some people would really like this room for how cozy it is, but my favorite thing about it is definitely all the games you have. Yep, you have a ton of different types of games down here. FPSs and TPSs, some RPGs, and even driving simulators. Is this one a flight simulator? A sandbox game too? Ooh, you've even got this one! Hey, so I know you have a lot of games, but which types are your favorites? I like all types of games, really, but my favorite kinds are the super niche ones. They may not be very popular, but they're always very particular about a very specific thing, so I'm always impressed. You feel the same way, don't you, player? Right? I knew you, of all people, would understand. Oh, and I'll ask since we're here. So, you might know this already, but we all used to compete with each other for shares. One day, an enemy appeared, and ever since we combined our powers, our ways of thinking have totally changed for the better. Now, we all work really hard together to save game industry from danger. I really like our relationships now. I want to be even closer to them, even if it makes me a failure as a CPU. What do you think, player? Really? Well, everyone does say each CPU has to protect her own nation, so it can be a bit complicated at times. Whoops! If I stay too long, Isty's gonna scold me. I better get going. Also, let's just keep all this between you and me. Thanks for listening to me today. I'll be back to see you again. Here. What in the world am I doing? The first thing about moving through a gate, and here I am trying to show off. Hello. I thought I'd drop by. Don't look at me like that! How was I supposed to know that the gate would open right in front of your freaking couch? But I owe you an apology for kicking your furniture. Sorry. By the way, this box on the table. Is this a video game from your world? The genre's... Oh! It's an FPS! You know, I actually enjoy a good FPS game, but I'm not very good at playing them. I have a tendency to act on my own when I play games like this, and I usually end up being a target. This is more of Uni's scene, not mine. Oh, Uni's my little sister. She loves guns and military stuff, and knows a ton about all that. Uni always looks the most excited when she's playing those kinds of games.
Just the other day, we were playing a multiplayer game together, and we talked a lot, but our chat became more and more niche, and it eventually got a little too hard for me to keep up with her. It's crazy! There are so many types of guns, and when you throw in customization, it's incredible how much there is to know. Speaking of weapons, I'm sure you already know this, but the weapon that I enjoy using the most is the rapier. What you might not have known is that there's quite a difference between Neptune's katana and my rapier, even though they're both swords. To explain it briefly, rapiers are much lighter than other swords, and they excel at stabbing your enemy because of that. Katanas are sharp, so you can slice or stab. Some say it's better because it can do both. Although it sounds like a more powerful weapon, its blade is rather delicate. An incredible amount of skill is needed of its user to wield it properly. Let's see... If you happen to get the chance, you should try to watch us when we're on the battlefield again. It'll paint a better picture of what I'm talking about. I'd show you now, but I can't just go swinging a sword around your room. Also, a weapon's attributes are only part of the puzzle. Its user's physique and personality affect their compatibility with it too. My fighting style is what I'd call economic. I fight smarter, not harder. The rapier is light, and it allows me to quickly exploit my enemy's weaknesses. The katana isn't worse, but it has a curved blade. That gives it a pretty unique feel, and honestly, that makes it a little difficult for me to handle. Neptune is a lot different in that she doesn't subscribe to a particular fighting style. She's very free, and an offensive weapon suits her. In my opinion, her fighting style completely ignores any and all tactics. It's just so dangerous that I couldn't possibly think of trying to emulate it. What? I'm not. I don't think I'm talking about her that much. It's because... we're both goddesses, and this is stuff about her I should know. As fellow CPUs, sometimes we fight together. And when we do, combination skills become important too, you know? So, it's not weird. It's totally normal to analyze her movements. In battle, of course. Hey, can you keep this conversation between the two of us? Because the thing is, if she were to hear this, she'd take it the wrong way and I'd never hear the end of it. You mean it? That's great news! It's nice to share a secret like this. It's the stuff of real friendships. Phew. I just came over here to relax. I didn't think I'd talk so much. I think I'd better get going now. I guess the gate's position today really is right there. I'll come back again soon, okay? See ya! I'm sorry! I almost left here with your game! Okay, seriously now. Later! Oh, hello, Claire. What are you up to? I see.
Bah retourne-toi si tu veux pas avoir la lumière. Retourne-toi si tu veux pas voir la lumière.
I'm sorry for asking, but do you mind if I take a look at your books?
J'adore là. Ah, il a 4 heures. Il a 4 heures.
Wow. Thanks a lot. You've got books I've never seen before. They're so interesting. But it might be a good idea to add some more to your collection. Here's an idea. I can start bringing you some books from my room when I come to visit you. You can never have too many. I would like to put some of my favorites on your shelf. It would make me really happy if you ever got the chance to read through a few of them. I'd like for you to learn more about me as well. And if my favorite books are here, I feel like that would help me feel less nervous in your room. By the way, would it be okay if I read one of your books for a little bit? I've been curious about this one for a while now. Oh, I'm sorry. Once I open up a book, it's easy for me to get lost in it. But it's fascinating. I think I feel reassured. Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry. This light novel I was just reading. Even though I only read a little bit, the character felt so alive. Her feelings were so beautifully wrought. What lovely writing. This book. Does this have a sequel? Could you possibly get it for me? Or maybe I can go and buy them all and keep them here. Oh, could it be? I knew it. This book doesn't exist in the game industry. If there's a sequel that exists, or if it ever comes out, I'd really appreciate it if you could buy it for me. And I'll be sure to keep a lookout for any books that I think you'd like to read. At this rate, we'll end up talking about books forever. So it's probably a good time for me to leave. Thanks so much for letting me read this. All right then, I'll see you soon.
It has been a while. Yes, not that long, I suppose. I'm happy to see you are well. This is a random question, but how do you feel about the nation you grew up in? I am certain you have several memories of it, but were you fond of living there? That is wonderful to hear. If you ask me, I believe loving your nation through its triumphs and its tragedies is an honorable duty to uphold as a citizen. Perhaps that was too random. As for me, Leanbox is the nation I rule, and I love it dearly. Its climate is temperate all year round, and our resort industry is booming. People from all over game industry come to Leanbox to take their vacations. We have shining white sands and beautiful oceans for miles on end. Relaxing under an umbrella on the beach with a drink in hand is perfection. I am familiar with that look. You are attempting to picture me in my swimsuit, are you not? Oh, excuse me. I went a little off topic. Our nation is free and abundant, or at least this is the image the world has of us. Leanbox does hold those attributes, but we also possess a powerful military industry. We deal in a variety of different weapons, and it is our nation's main export. Game industry has always had to deal with monsters, so these weapons are most often used defensively. They've received high praise from around the world. Of course, I received some of that patronage from Uni of La Station as well. It is the perfect fodder to negotiate a date with Uni, and... Oh, I misspoke. Pardon. In any case, many of Leanbox's industries are built around event production as well. To give an example, we recently held a dynamic performance where fighter jets drew pictures among the clouds. Unfortunately, despite all of this, because Leanbox does not sit on the same landmass as the other nations, I am unable to see Nepgear and the others often. Alright, I believe that concludes my brief introduction of Leanbox. However, I would be thrilled if I was able to convey even a fraction of her charm. Oh, pardon me a moment. Wow, is that really the time? I apologize, but I must hurry back now. My apologies for leaving so abruptly, but I really must be going now. Good day to you.